Desmond, what have you done? It was my father, his voice trembling with rage. The police arrested Tyler, your own brother. They didn't arrest him, Dad. They brought him in for questioning after I filed a complaint about him vandalizing my apartment. He's just a kid. He made a mistake. He's 24 years old, I replied flatly. And his mistake is going to cost over $3,000 to fix properly. The building manager says they'll have to replace the entire door and frame. This is how you treat family? By calling the police on them. Family doesn't vandalize each other's homes, Dad. There was a pause before he spoke again, his voice lower. What do we need to do to make this go away? $3,000 for the repairs, I said immediately. Pay for what he destroyed, and I'll withdraw the complaint. That's extortion. That's consequences, I corrected him. Tyler destroyed my property, and now he needs to pay for it, or he can deal with the legal system. His choice. My father hung up without another word. The next day, my mother called. Unlike my father, she didn't yell. Instead, her voice was cold and cutting. I never thought you'd sink this low, she said. Using the police to get revenge on your own family. It's not revenge, Mom. It's holding Tyler accountable for his actions. He was upset. We all are. You've left us struggling to make ends meet after we relied on your help for so long. The mortgage company is threatening foreclosure. I bit back a sarcastic response. I'm sorry you're having financial difficulties, but that doesn't give Tyler the right to vandalize my home. She was quiet for a moment. And if we pay, you'll drop the charges? Yes. Fine, she said tersely. I'll send you the money. But don't expect anything else from us ever again. I nearly laughed at the irony like that wasn't already made perfectly clear at our family dinner. 2 days later, I received a bank transfer for exactly $3,000. I contacted the police and told them I didn't want to press charges anymore. The officer sounded disappointed but said she understood. Family situations can be complicated, she said sympathetically. You have no idea, I replied. With the money from my parents, I was able to get my door properly repaired. The building manager was understanding but suggested I might want to consider additional security measures. I upgraded my camera system and added a second lock just to be safe. 6 months have passed since I last had any direct contact with my family. According to Aunt Linda, who still calls me every few weeks, my parents are struggling badly with their mortgage. They've depleted most of their retirement savings trying to keep up with the payments. Your mom's waitressing at that diner near their house, she told me during our last call. Morning shifts. And your dad's working at the hardware store 6 days a week now. They're barely making ends meet. Apparently, Tyler and Tiffany aren't helping at all. Tyler picked up a retail job but quit after 3 weeks because the manager was totally unreasonable about him showing up on time. Tiffany occasionally babysits for neighbors but spends most of her days planning a lifestyle blog that never seems to launch. The worst part, Aunt Linda said, is that your parents still blame you for everything. Your mom tells anyone who listens that you abandoned them when they needed you most. I just smiled and changed the subject. I no longer care what they say about me. My life has never been better. I got promoted to senior director last month with a substantial raise. I took that trip to Italy and have another vacation planned to Japan in the spring. My apartment now has a proper home office where I can work in peace. I've made new friends through my hiking group and I've been dating someone interesting for the past 2 months. For the first time in my adult life, my money is my own. My time is my own. My future is my own.